To start this video off, I know a number of people have raised various concerns about a lot of what's going on with this root cellar. It's not exactly a traditional root cellar. It's not built up above the ground and then bermed over. It's down in the earth. It doesn't have a dirt floor, okay? There's different things going on here. What I would like to do, because I get these periodically from people, so I wanted to put this out there right away. Anyone who's seen any of my root cellar videos, anyone who's seen anything pertaining to this project that has questions, please leave them in the comment section below, and I'll make a specific like Q&A on the root cellar. And I mean, it can be the root cellar, it can be the outdoor kitchen, it can be the cold smoker, it can be the stairwell, anything pertaining to anything going on in this particular area. Please feel more than free to leave a comment, multiple comments if you've got multiple questions, and I will try to answer them in an upcoming video, just so people have kind of a one-stop shop to kind of get the things that you guys are wondering about, the things that maybe you don't understand, maybe I haven't done a good job explaining, maybe whatever it may be that you just want to know about this project. Please feel free to leave a comment. I will gather them together, do a Q&A, and hopefully answer a lot of this stuff. We're making some good progress today, so enjoy the video.
And now for your feature presentation.
All right, guys, Papa Pepper back once again. Beautiful day today, for real. I guess it started off really cold, is what my friends were telling me, who were up earlier, but I was not up earlier because I stayed up till like 3 in the morning working on priority number 1. I was gonna run the next section up in priority number 2 before we got somebody stopping over to drop us off a meal, but you know, I'm borrowing a concrete saw right now, and I'm borrowing a Bosch hammer drill. Priority number 1's all my own resources and own tools. I'm borrowing other people's stuff for this priority, so I think I'm back on the steps down here. You know, just got a couple little ones, and I think I'm going to start just mortaring them together when I do them flipped. I'll show you from the bottom. This crack here I'm probably going to fill with some concrete, but when I start doing that, I'll probably just put down a layer of mortar, go rough side to rough side. That'll help them adhere. And then, yeah, because we want pretty much about that size. It's going to be 2 of them for each step. So I'm going to see what else I got going on, see what I can do. And here's one for you. This thing has been in the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos now. See it? If you want a video about this, how this got here, why this is here, what's going on, leave a comment and say, I want to know about the dog, I want to know about the puppy. Let me know if that's the case. If I get enough comments, I'll probably pause on all my projects and just kind of do one, understanding why this is here and what's going on. Yeah, I know. But for now, it's time to work. So I'm gonna do that. Beautiful sunshiny day, I love it. Still wet, so I'll have to be careful. People are concerned, I have to be careful, I get that. I'll do my best-ish. So guys, I'm gonna get real for just a moment here. You're gonna see me doing things like this. You're gonna see me using the raw rock from our land, the rock from the creek, gravel, mud, clay, broken concrete people have discarded. A lot of the things I work with are things that people threw away, even those spikes that I'm spiking these together with to hold them in place. The reason that I do a lot of this is I think it's important, especially as time goes on, for a couple reasons, to learn to live more frugally. Number one, the less money I spend, the less money I need to earn. That works out good because that's the less time away from my family I gotta spend earning money. Also for me, I'm trying to find home-based sources of income, so whether it's selling our seeds, writing books, putting out these YouTube videos, blogging online for crypto, other things, those all fit together to kind of lighten the load of me leaving the family. Another thing is, I've heard that somewhere between 20 and 30% of all the US dollars in circulation were printed last year. Remember, our currency is no longer backed by silver or gold. It's kind of printed out of thin air, and it's only paper for the most part right now, and they're actually getting away from the paper, and it's only, you know, electronic transactions. It's only existing in the computer. Because of that, we can either have some crazy different directions they go with hyperinflation or deflation. The US dollar can suddenly become worth very less, and it kind of is worth less right now because it's not backed by anything. So all of a sudden, if it costs you 15 bucks for a loaf of bread, you're not going to want to go out and buy a bag of mortar, a bag of concrete. You're not going to want to pour a whole stairwell. So part of what I'm up to is kind of practicing for the future. I made a video a while ago called I don't Google everything right away. I like to use my brain. Sit down with a task and do some problem solving, not how do I do this, how do I do this, how do I do this. Yes, it's great to have all the information that the world has to offer at our fingertips, but remember, in this information age, people are almost more ignorant than ever, and it's absolutely amazing. So what I challenge you guys to do is to start looking around at the resources you have. I'm probably going to do one in the future where I show off all the rocks that we've used on our property. Some people just whine and complain about all the rocks that they have. I use them. I see them as a resource. I try to see everything as a resource and get the most out of everything that I possibly can. So whether it's a bunch of busted up pieces of concrete I can repurpose as stairs for my root cellar, whether it's, you know, these big spikes that somebody just, pulled up some old landscape timbers and was going to get rid of, I'll take the time and effort to get these out of there. I can't make this on my own, and I'd rather not buy them. So when they're free and it takes me a little bit of energy and effort to get them, I'll do that. I'll procure, put into my possession such resources that way when I need them, I have them. And what crazy timing, because just when I think needing them, it's a great thing to use here, I just happen upon them. Now, I'm not one to believe in coincidence. I believe in God's provision, and I believe that a lot of this stuff, as we be faithful and just walk out life, He'll provide for our needs. I've found that true time and time again. Many years ago, I learned that I am not the ultimate provider for my family. I'm the earthly provider. But there's a Heavenly Father who cares very much for us, and He takes care of our needs. And guess what? We're not going to make it out of here alive anyway. But while we're here, why not avoid unnecessary suffering for you and your family? Why not get creative? Why not drop the cost of living? Why not do things that make sense? There's so much food growing in the woods right now. That's why I'm teaching my kids about wild edibles. There's so many seeds that I'll never buy again because we let some fruit go to maturity so then we can plant the seeds and have those fruits and vegetables for the next year. All sorts of stuff like that. So some people look at this and they're like, well, I would have just poured it up right away, bought a bunch of new, maybe 2x8s, cut them in some pieces, framed some stuff up and dumped it in there. Yeah, you would have. But I'm going a different route because that may not always be that easy. It may not always be financially wise even to do such things. Therefore, I'm going to get creative. I'm going to use what I got. I'm going to check out these cool free resources that kind of happen upon us, and I'm going to keep moving forward. So just kind of as you see me scooping 5-gallon buckets, I don't have heavy machinery. A lot of manpower here, a lot of 5-gallon buckets. Somebody also bought us a gorilla cart. Wouldn't work good for this, but it works good for a lot of our projects. Just trying to use what I got, figure things out, and that's why even this red clay behind me, I'm glad to have 5 gallon buckets of it. And I hope in the future to be able to harvest some more. As I head back here, I don't know if I'm pulling much of it out. It's such a good, solid, firm foundation. But I'm glad I got some, and I look forward to having more because it's here on my property, just under the surface. Like a lot of rocks that are also a good resource. So that's just my little rant for today. Hopefully there's some good food for thought for you guys. But try to be more self-sufficient. Try to live more frugally. Try to be more creative. Use it or lose it, even when it comes to your mind. Practice. Practice thinking. Practice problem solving. Practice brainstorming. There's so much that I've got going up in here sometimes, but it's because I choose to. I don't have to think about anything. I could be like I used to get, just get drunk and high every night after work and, giggle at some stuff, watch some movies or play some video games. I could do that. Wouldn't get me very far in the long run, but I could do it. Or I could sit there and evaluate life, have real goals, work towards those goals, figure out the steps of each process. And, I check with others. I do, and I take your guys' input. So if you got any good suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Those mean a lot to us, and a lot of that stuff we do apply. I got to get back to work, but hopefully that blessed you. So at the moment, I have a certain number of inches that I want to go up each step, a certain number of inches I want to go over each step. This one here, putting it on top of that, is about 1 inch too tall. That said, I have some thinner ones. I mean, if you look at this, I'll grab a tape measure. What do we got? Well, I'll tell you what we got. About 5.5 inches across here. That's pretty thick. Now, if I go up there, we have some of these that are a lot thinner. This one here's, yeah, about 1.5 inches less maybe. But I'm thinking of mortaring between these two, so I'm thinking maybe we'll get this guy down or somebody like him, add some mortar between them, and then save that one. It's already down there for the next level. Don't quite like the way that one's sitting, so I'm gonna cut up some rebar real quick and see if I can drive that between there, get at a better angle. I think that's gonna help. So I like that a little bit better. I'm gonna drill my spikes through and we'll be up 3 stairs, and later I'll come back with some grout. I'm not gonna use cement because it's got all the rocks in it. I'll come back with some grout and grout the edges of these. And I actually didn't trim this one before I came down, so it's a pretty rough edge. I can cut it later, I believe. So as you can see, this is one of the ones that I had that did not come with a straight edge. It was just pretty close. It was a good sized piece. I thought, you know what, this one looks like a winner. I'll just trim it when I get there. So I got my straight edge here, and I'm just gonna cut that all the way through. Probably use this one as a top stair. Use that big one that's about there as the bottom of it. I think that'll get us about the right height because that's a big one there. This one's not quite as thick as some others. And then hopefully some of those will pair well as we continue. But if I get this together, that'll be 4 steps up. I may also remove a little more from the header. I want a header. I want part of that left there. But I may remove some more just because we're coming in at such an angle. It's a ducking situation right now. It'll be fine for the kids, maybe for my wife. But I kind of knew that getting into here and just wanted to, yeah, kind of go. And then also, I'm not sure if you guys can see it from here, but you'll notice I'm not going straight in. Just wanted to be a little bit different so you can see that it's going to kind of angle up this way a little bit and come this way to kind of use as much of this potentially problem rock as possible. We'll see how it goes. You know, I will say and admit, as a believer, a lot of times I don't spend as much time lifting up prayers and petitions from as a Heavenly Father. In situations like this, I mean, when I'm drilling through this one, it's going through this one and into that one. Can you imagine if that one just broke all of a sudden? I'm not even sure what I would do. So far I've been able to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one's got 2 in it. I think they all got 2 in it except for maybe this one. But I try to take it easy, but I'm also pretty much praying the whole time, like, Father, please don't let this break. Please help my work to, you know, stand the test of time, to be integrity, to have structural soundness, you know, structural integrity to it. And so far so good. No guarantee of future success. We're gonna get the next one down on top of here though. Then I might cut this one off and just be done with it. And I'll probably wait for a little warmer, a little drier day, but I want to mortar all these cracks and work on this. But so far it's working. We'll see where all we come out. And I don't know if that concrete saw can cut through some of that if I need to, that problem rock right here. I don't know if the hammer drill can drill through it. I'll definitely ask the owners of each of those things if I consider using either of them before I, you know, ruin their stuff doing something they can't do, if that's the case. But whew, we're doing good, moving forward. I might even run a solid wall up of that priority number 1 with the rock and mortar later today. We'll see. I'll get some well, I'll measure the thing first, see how thick we are, and then see if I need to add some concrete or not. I'll probably add some anyway, but if I need to add more to make it the right height, I'll add more. we're gonna use the saw for this. I'll clean this edge up and I'll take this down to where I think I'll need it. I'll probably even put a couple of grooves in there carefully. I don't want to bust it. So that can rest flat on top of it. I'm not gonna leave it like that either. Too much potential to break. I know even this here looks a little tedious, looks like a lot of monkeying around, but these are free bags of concrete I got from Miss Monica. She blessed us with them. They are kind of, you know, they've been humidified, but they work great once you get them back to their regular form. So I'm just gonna bust this up, add some water, add it as a layer between here, and use it to benefit my wife, since she blessed me with these in an incredibly cost-effective way. Thank you. Well, overall, we've come a long way. Maybe we didn't come all that way today. This project has been years in the making, but it's up on my priority list. I'm kicking it to overdrive. That's why you guys are seeing so many videos coming out about working on this. It's my second most important priority right now. The first being able to be heating my house. Again, if you guys remember from earlier, please leave any comments with your questions about this project. I will answer everything I consider to be reasonable. I'll try to do it concisely so you don't have to watch me talk for an hour to, you know, get to your specific question or whatever you wanted to know. I got to get cleaned up. Some friends of ours are dropping off some food, a dinner meal for us tonight, so that's really cool. And then probably tonight I'm back on the grind, maybe doing another wall inside the house for that wood stove. Hey bugger, come on down here for a minute.
Yep.
And step over this part. This part's wet, so step over it.
Get that thing.
There you go, come on down.
But look at that.
Come sit. Oh yeah, here, I'll take that one. It's dirty.
Thank you for so much watching. Look out.
No, run away. Go, go, go!
Keep going, you got it.